Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about the planet Mars, Graha. Okay. You have other names: Mangala, Bhauma, okay, son of Bhumi. These are some of the names given to Mars. What is Mars? Mars is that soldier, warrior, planet or Graha. Okay, which is important. Why? Because it pushes you to accomplish stuff in your life. What is that driving force behind you wanting to achieve that goal or that mission? Is Mars. It's not Jupiter, it's not Sun, it's not Saturn, it's Mars. Okay, so Mars is very important. Okay, you can have exotic planets like Jupiter, Sun, or even Saturn, but without Mars, you will just be all talk only, without action. So Mars is action. Okay. Now, Mars represents your friends, your siblings, especially your male siblings, your determination, your willpower. It represents blood, okay, muscles, and like I mentioned, it represents the energy within you, okay. That's the most important part of Mars. Now, Mars is a malefic. It is malefic in nature. What do you mean by that? If you think about it, Mars is a soldier or warrior, right? Does a soldier or warrior know how to save money? No, they don't. They know how to fight a war. Okay, so if you have afflicted Mars, you'll find that you have problems saving money or earning money. Okay, and there are some placements of Mars where it will cause some upheavals in life as well. Okay, why? Because Mars also owns the sign of Scorpio as well as Aries. Okay, and Scorpio has that tumultuous upheaval energy, right? So Mars represents that as well. Okay, so now the Mutrikona sign is Aries. Mutrikona sign means that Mars feels absolutely um, comfortable, powerful. Okay, it is exalted in Capricorn, meaning Mars will be able to exercise its full potential, fullest potential in the sign of Capricorn, and it is debilitated in Cancer, okay, which is a water sign. Cancer is a water sign, so if you put Mars there, Mars is completely lost. Okay, now today I'm going to go through Mars in all the 12 houses and what does it mean to you. Okay, so let's start. Now, Mars in the first house. Again, no matter what sign you are, right? Mars in the first house gives you a lot of determination, that drive to accomplish stuff. Okay, so if you have Mars in the first house, good for you. All right, you have all the determination to succeed in life, to achieve your goals, right? But I also find that for people with Mars in the first house, their spouse could be quite fiery natured, and sometimes it may cause some kind of upheavals in marriage as well, um, which might lead to divorce. All right, but it is not always the case. But Mars in the first house does cause something like that. Okay, Mars in the second house. Well, you have a great appetite for Mars in the second house. And these are the folks who have difficulty becoming vegetarians or vegans, from observation. Okay, Mars in the second house, the will make you want to save money, earn money, but you may not have that ability to save money. Why? Think of it, like what I mentioned, right? Soldiers, they want to spend money, all right? So having a Mars in second house, yes, you would have the drive to go and achieve financial gains. You want to make money, but saving it could be a problem. Okay, and also I find that Mars in second house, you tend to have a harsh speech. Okay, meaning to say, you see something wrong, you just tell that person off, say what it is, without any hesitation. So that's Mars in second house, which sometimes can piss people off with your speech. Mars in the third house, I would say a reasonably good position for Mars. Okay, Mars in the third house. Actually, third house, the significator of the third house is Mars. Okay, third house is what? third house is your self efforts, the house of self efforts, communication. Okay, so Mars here will make you be able to achieve your goals. You know, you are the go getter, you have the go getter energy. You know, you are the one who will, you know, just do it, get your hands dirty, and achieve your goals. All right. However, because third house also represents siblings, you may have some kind of fiery relationship with your siblings. Okay, so you know, just be mindful about that. Now, Mars in the fourth house. This is one of the bad positions for Mars. Okay, fourth house originally was controlled by Cancer. Okay, and when you have Mars in the fourth house, what happens is, you know, the fourth house represents our peace of mind, our family, right? You wouldn't want a soldier or warrior within a family compound, right? What will that soldier do? You know, will command each and every family member, which is not something that you want to see in a family, right? So I would see that Mars in the fourth house creates some kind of havoc in the family environment. Okay, and sometimes it can actually the you know make you lose that peace of mind that is actually very much needed in today's age. But Mars in the fourth house can make you a very successful in some industries, like being a chef, or even being in the hospitality. Okay, so because you are then able to exercise that commanding energy within a fourth house setting, which is like, you know, in a kitchen, for example, like a chef. Okay, or hospitality in hotels, right? Mars in the fifth house. Mars in the fifth house may cause some kind of delays in education. It can make you very creative as well. And you also will do a lot. You know, like those tiger moms and dads. You know, they will do a lot for your kids. That can be seen from Mars in the fifth house. Okay. And because the fifth house is also the ninth from the nine, right? You also may have some kind of you know quarrelsome nature or quarrelsome environment between you and your father, you know, your teachers. Okay, so yeah, be careful. Mars in the sixth house. Well, I would say, even though sixth house is the Dashtana house is a bad house, Mars does very well in the sixth house because it gives you that energy and drive to solve problems in your life. You know there are some people who will actually run away from problems, but Mars doesn't do that. Mars will make you, you know, look at your problems, face your problems, solve them. Okay, you may face some kind of upheaval, you know, or uh, a tough period of growth in your earlier days, in your 20s, for example. But as you age, right, Mars will be the one that actually help you overcome all these problems. So I would say quite a good position for Mars. Mars in the seventh house. Now, I would think that this is also the second not very good house for Mars. Okay, seventh house represents partnership, marriage. You know, it's also the most important house for business people. When you have Mars there, okay, in some cases, in some rare cases, it may even deny you of marriage. Okay, or simply that you have a very quarrelsome, well, you are probably very quarrelsome together with your spouse. Okay, the you know, and sometimes Mars in the seventh house, you have a lot of enemies coming to you. Yeah, so if you have Mars in seventh house, unless it is in a good sign like Aries or Capricorn, if not, yeah, the marriage life can be quite damaged with a Mars in the seventh house. Okay, but if you look at it, it's also a karmic sign. I mean, a karmic planet. you are supposed to overcome this about the seven house matters. All right, Mars in the eighth house. Now, Mars in the eighth house will give a person a very major transformative life path. Okay, nothing is constant, nothing is smooth for a person with a Mars in the eighth house. All right. Yes, the eighth house originally owned by Scorpio, which is owned by Mars, but when Mars comes here, right, it gives when you have Mars in your birth chart, it gives you a very tumultuous, life-changing experience in your whole life, especially before 40s or even until like mid 40s, late 40s. Okay, it's a tough sign or tough house to be for Mars. However, again, because it's a Darshana house, it will become better over time. Okay, so hang on there for those with Mars in the eighth house, and especially if your Mars is afflicted in terms of sign, now it's going to be quite tough. Mars in the ninth house, okay, like I mentioned about the fifth house, right? Similarly, because the ninth is actually fifth from the fifth, you are quite quarrelsome with your father, okay, but you are very religious, quarrelsome with teachers as well, okay. But again, like I said, religious. You have a lot of rules, uh, even limitations sometimes, but you're fond of law and order, okay, because Mars is also that energy that loves law and order. So for people with Mars in the ninth house, I believe it's a good position for those who want to excel in the uniform groups, or sometimes even as a lawyer. Okay, you can really argue, okay, and your arguments are solid, of course aggressive, right? And yeah, so Mars in the ninth house, great if you pursue any career that is associated with higher learning, like religion, okay, or even becoming a professor. Now, Mars in the 10th house, congratulations if you have Mars in the 10th house, because by far this is the best position for Mars, even if it's debilitated. Okay, now why? When you have Mars in the 10th house, even if your other planets are weak, even if your Saturn is weak, your Jupiter is weak, your Sun is weak, your Mercury is weak, any other planets are weak, but Mars in the 10th house will give you the most determination, even better than Mars in the first. Okay, you can overcome all sorts of obstacles. In fact, this is like I would say a trump card. Okay, if you have Mars in the 10th house, you can succeed in life in all fields, in every field. Okay, no matter what you do, you can be very successful. And of course, if your Mars is like in Cancer, debilitated, you can still be very successful, but you have a lot of anger issues. Okay, now so congratulations again if you have Mars in the 10th house. Now Mars in the 11th house, you are the ones like the Mars in second house. You will want to go and achieve financial gains. You are the one who is very money oriented. You have a lot of friends, definitely male friends especially. Okay, so Mars in the 11th house, I would say that these are the people, the folks who are the go-getters in finance, in money. You can make very good um, financier, or whatever you do, it's always about money. Okay, but then again, like I mentioned, in Mars in the second house, these are also the folks who may have difficulty saving money. you know let me actually think of people who can earn a lot of money, but they spend a lot of money. Okay, Mars in the 11th house. Now Mars in the 12th house, uh, again, this is, I would say, also not a very good position for Mars, because Mars in the third house gives you a lot of pent up anger and frustration, and sometimes it's so bad that it can affect your sleep. It can give you sleepless nights, and I'm talking about throughout your life. Okay, Because why Mars, you know, the 12th house is the subconscious mind, right? So when Mars is there, especially if it's debilitated, meaning like a Leo ascendant, you have Mars in the 12th house is debilitated. You know, you have, like I mentioned, difficulties in getting sleep. You have this pent up anger, or every day, 24/7, that you are not able to vent out. Okay, so um, yeah, unless you have positive aspects from Jupiter. um, if not, it can be a difficult sign for people with just a single Mars in the 12th house, right? But I would think, right, personally, if you have that, right, meditation can help you sometimes, most of the time. Of course, you need to be um, taught and trained by a professional in meditation. But because meditation can really help you to focus that pent up energy somewhere else, you know, that's how you can actually calm your Mars down. Okay, so everyone, thank you. Um, I hope you have a very good June, because from the 2nd of June to the 14th of July, Mars will be in Aries, which is actually is Mutrikona sign as mentioned. You will find that extra energy within you to accomplish what you have uh, set out for this 1.5 months. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.